What is up, you guys, and welcome back to Gearhead Guy Garage. Alright, so today we're going to tackle the toolbox. The idea here is we're just going to go ahead and remove everything, get all the tools out, clean it up real good, and prep it for paint, okay? Now, these drawers right here, if you guys have never removed any of them, these tracks are very simple to come apart. What you do is, let me see, on this side, yeah, so right here, we'll call it that little black tab right there. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. This little black tab, you just lift it up. And on the other side, there's gonna be one that looks exactly like it, but instead of picking it up, you push it down, okay? So let's push that one down. Here it is. And then once you have them in the position, you just go ahead and pull the toolbox out, the drawer out, and then boom, just comes out like that. And then to put it back, obviously you just line up the tracks. Okay, and then push the drawer all the way in, and then it locks in. Okay. All right, so yeah, so that's pretty much the toolbox. As you can see, it's seen better days. The color is pretty faded. I mean, I know it's pretty dirty, but yeah, the color is a little faded. And the red does not match anything in the garage. So these are the two colors that we're gonna be going with. We're gonna be going with gloss gray, and this is, the gray is gonna go for the actual box itself. And then the black is gonna be used for the door here and every single drawer, all right? So that's what we got so far. So let's go ahead and start taking everything out and cleaning this thing up, all right? Alright, I got the toolbox finally empty. That took a minute. You know, you never realize exactly how much stuff you got in your toolbox until you start emptying it out. Anyhow, so, alright, so now the only thing you have to do is remove these magnets, these stickers, gotta remove the shocks, these emblems, this handle. We're gonna basically just tear apart the toolbox completely. Everything's got to be separated. I do need to take off these silver handles. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to paint these silver. I don't know if I'm going to paint these gray or if I should just leave them as is, you know, just kind of like polish them out a little. This way, you know, they kind of like match the my refrigerator over there a little bit. But anyhow, yeah, so let's just let's go ahead and get started on that. This cabinet right here is gonna receive just a small little change. This door right here is gonna be flipped 180 degrees. The reason why is because if you ever have one of these drawers open just ever so slightly and you let this door go, boom, right there. Now you just have a scratch on your finish. So to prevent that, we're gonna go ahead and flip it 180 degrees. This way when it opens outward. All right, and then you don't have to deal with that problem. Okay, so other than that, that's pretty much it. So let's get to tearing the toolbox apart. All right, guys, so it's the following morning, and as you can see behind me, I went ahead and kind of jerry-rigged a little table there, just added some length to it, so I can go ahead and put as many drawers as possible on there so we can go ahead and get ready to paint them. So right now, what I decided to do is go ahead and remove all the rails from each drawer. The problem is that each one is riveted to the drawer. There's a rivet going through. So what I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and use a chisel and just knock them out, basically just shearing it off, and then I can go ahead and remove each drawer. So I'll show you guys exactly how to do that.
All right, guys. So these are the rails that we're going to go ahead and try to remove. And the reason why we want to do this so that when we go ahead and lay our paint down, there's no seam between the paint and the old color. All right, we want one continuous coat. This way, when we go ahead and put these on, you know, you won't see absolutely no red. All right, so let's go ahead and, as you can see right here, right there, there's a rivet. All right, that goes through. All right, there goes the head. All right, so what we're gonna do is just grab a pretty sharp chisel, just like this one. All right, push the rivet from the outside in. All right, and then just go ahead and give it a couple blows. Oh. All right, and then that right there. Just go ahead and push it through. Okay. Then all you gotta do is bring the rivet through. Sometimes some of the head stays on there, so it becomes a little pain in the butt to get it out. But let's get it out. Just go ahead and pull your rail out. And there you go. And just go ahead and repeat the process. There's the other one. And there you go. Right. And then again, go ahead and pull the rail out. Alright, and that'll knock out the rivet head. And we go ahead and pull the rail out. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and repeat this for every single drawer. And then we can go ahead and clean these up and get them ready for paint. All right, you guys, so it's Thursday afternoon, and needless to say, this toolbox project really took a long time. Um, so the first thing that took a long time was obviously prepping everything, getting everything clean. So to clean everything, all I used was just Dawn and water, you know, just dishwashing soap. I like using Dawn; it works pretty good for me. And I use a scuffing pad. So I like to use a scuffing pad versus sandpaper, just because a scuffing pad can follow contours, you know, and it can get into little nooks and crannies, you know. So that's why I prefer to use a scuffing pad. Um, so yeah, so I got everything clean, and what ended up happening was that the color that I ended up going with was a color by, it was a satin black by Krylon. Now the Krylon that I used was this one. It was a paint and primer. It was the Color Max. Okay, I literally had to put about 4 coats on this, and I could still see some of the red bleeding through. Now I normally use Rust-Oleum because you know, I mean, Rust-Oleum has always worked for me. I like the coverage. You know, works pretty good. The spray patterns, you know, pretty good. This stuff, it just was not holding up. I mean, you would figure, you know, if it's paint and primer, you know, it should cover pretty good, and it really didn't. So I had to end up buying about 20 plus cans just to do the drawers. I'm leaning probably towards like 25 of them. For the toolbox, I ended up buying about 12. Okay, so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I got the second set of drawers painted. I'm just waiting for them to dry so I can go ahead and install all the guides, and I can start installing all the drawers back onto the toolbox, and And then I'm also going to be installing a liner just to go ahead and protect, the bottom of the toolbox from, from all the tools and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. So let's see if we can get the rest done. All right, just wanted to show you guys the difference in the two spray cans that I was using. So remember, I started out with a Color Max. Really didn't like the results. The coverage was horrible, especially for it being a paint and primer in one. Now I did go to the hardware store. I picked up some Rust-Oleum, and I just want to show you guys just how much better Rust-Oleum is. Now, like I said, this is the first coat, so again, you're not trying to achieve full coverage. All you're trying to do is just kind of like throw like kind of like a mist coat on there. But even I mean, I know it looks like I intentionally just laid a complete coat on there, but I assure you guys I did not. That paint is just, I mean, you can still see a little bit of the red, especially like right there, right in that area, and right there too. All right, and again, this is the first coat. This is the Haze Coat, and look how much of a difference it is. I should have showed you guys the how the other ones were, but I went ahead and gave them another coat last night with the Rust-Oleum, and that coat just that one coat just did it. It was enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a second coat in about 15 minutes, and this door should be done, and then I can go ahead and hang it tomorrow. All right, and this is after the second coat. So you guys can see absolutely no red bleeding through. None whatsoever. That's the difference right there between Krylon and Rust-Oleum. You guys want good results? Go with Rust-Oleum. Guys, and here is the final product. What do you guys think? I actually like the way it came out. As you can see, I went ahead and installed all the trim pieces back on there. All the cylinder locks are on there. The door and all the accessories are on there. All the trim pieces. I cleaned up all the rods and all the cylinders. So it kind of looks brand new. Yeah, but the toolbox is pretty much done. I did start installing all these liners. I picked up like 8 rolls at the hardware store. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough. So I still have to go back and get maybe about 4 or 5 more rolls to finish these drawers and to finish those ones, and put a couple of mats right here and then another one up here. So other than that, the toolbox is pretty much done. That extra coat of Rust-Oleum really helped out. I mean, I can't see any red at all, so I'm really loving it. Okay. So yeah, like I said, the toolbox is done. Now it's time to go ahead and move on to our next project, which is going to be the window trims. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and installed all these trim pieces already. The only thing left to do is to add a little bit of a pocket on all the seams, and add an extra. Put a coat of paint on there, and then that's it. That'll take care of that window. That window's already done. This window, on the other hand, is going to need a little bit more work, and I'll show you guys why. Alright guys, so as you can see, if I try to install a window trim right here, this airline is going to get in the way. Unfortunately, when I installed my airlines, I didn't think that I was going to be installing a window trim. That's why the airline is right here. So what I'm going to need to do is cut out that corner right there and move this airline over a few inches. The problem is that I don't have any more corners, so I'm going to need to wait to go to the hardware store before I can finish this window up. Now, since I'm going to go ahead and remove that corner to modify this drop down, what I decided to do is install a T-fitting. This way I can go ahead and run another airline right here and put in another drop down right there at that corner. This way I can go ahead and have one closer to the exit. Okay. So for right now, this one is going to be put on hold. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the doors. This way we can finish up whatever trim we can. All right. So let's get started with that.
Alright, you guys, check out the progress. Now on this video, we got a good amount of work done. We got the window trims up, we got the door trims up, we got the toolbox finally completed, it's painted, it's done. And then we also got the pegboard up. We also got some tools up. So not bad. What do you guys think about the pegboard? You guys like it? Yay or nay? Let me know in the comments. See what you guys think. Now the only thing left to do now is to go ahead and add the doors and the tops to the workbenches. Now I haven't cut the MDF board just yet. I'm actually holding out until I finish the mobile workbench. Now the reason why is because the MDF board is a pretty big and bulky item. It's kind of hard to do it on such a small table saw that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wait until I get the workbench done, so I can go ahead and cut that piece, and then we can go ahead and install it. All right. Now I did want to go ahead and go over actually two questions, that I had that came from a viewer. One viewer had asked why I spent so much time and effort in painting the toolbox when I probably could have sold it and then just bought a toolbox that I that I would have liked. Well, my answer to that question is it's very simple. This channel, it's a DIY channel, so it wouldn't be much of a DIY channel if I were to just go out and buy something and just bring it on the show. It's so. The whole point of the channel is to go ahead and show you guys what you guys can do with just a little bit of money. Okay, and then I also had another viewer ask why I stopped working on the Humvee and started making videos of remodeling the garage and carpentry and stuff like that. My answer to that is very simple. Every gearhead guy needs to have some kind of carpentry skills. The reason why is because, well, I needed some workbenches and I got them done. So that's just it's just the nature of the beast. You need to be able to have in order to work effectively, you need to have an organized garage. Like I need to know where all my tools are. I need to be able to find them very quickly, and then also that also gets rid of clutter. So it's always a good thing. So yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. I do want to give a big thanks to my assistant, my daughter Carmen, aka Gearhead Girl.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below, and make sure to put on those notifications on. And I will see you in the next video. Gearhead Guy
out.